record.
Action.
Now we're going. Alrighty then. Got a cigarette? No, I got one.
You out?
Now I got 2-for-1 packs out the yin yang.
What is a yin yang?
I think it's a woman's thing. Well, the man's the yin and the woman's the yang, so it's about the yin yang is your man woman part. So there's some rainbows
So
in
a
the
yin
parking
yang
lot.
is a kind of hermaphrodite.
That was a pretty nice rainbow, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there's the view from in front.
Mm-hmm.
More rainbowage.
Well, he needs to go take some
He
photography
took some
lessons.
freaking lot of pictures of the rainbow. I'm not sure what that is. Hole in the clouds.
Must have reminded him of something.
And that's all of them from New York trip pictures. So that was that.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Big Brother report. Marvin and Scott are up. I predict. I want to see Scott gone, but Marvin is such a Marvin that they might get rid of him and forget about keeping the 4 horsemen intact.
I give a shit.
You care? Where were you yesterday, Griffith?
Right.
Is it Griffin or Griffith?
Griffin?
You sure it ain't TH?
No.
It's I-N. Griffin.
Might be Griffin.
That's why I'm asking.
Well, I don't know.
Well,
I was there, but I don't know.
maybe that's the problem. The programmers didn't spell Griffith right.
I doubt it.
It could be Griffin.
Although, I have to wonder, you know, for them to send the tech guy up.
Uh-huh. I was brainstorming, and I think I've come up with the job that you can quit your job and we can just work this thing. What we do is we buy Segways and we put in a little,
Camera?
well, no, we put in a plate, you know, like a LCD screen, and then we network it, and then we have GPS on it, so that whatever your location is, like in a museum or in a school, it will tell you where you are because of the location of the GPS.
Sure.
It'll shoot it back to a network that'll have all the locations networked, and then wirelessly
Take you there.
take you there, tell you the rights and lefts, GPS, and tell you all about it on the way, the entire history, like a walking tour of Boston on those things.
Mm-hmm.
And we just soup up these Segways into super mobile, you know, huge museums. You could have people running through museums on these things.
Right.
Ball State.
Or like Kings Island, you'd go there,
Mhm.
you'd say, Beast, and
The
to
trail.
Beast you go.
We've got rails for trails outside of town that go from here to Marion.
Rails for trails?
Rails to trails is outside of, goes all the way almost to Cincinnati on the old railroad line that ran there, and they just pulled everything out, paved it. Segways. Every 5 miles you get a fresh one, just like Pony Express. And you have people do this for transportation and have them talking tours, education.
It's all fine and good, Jay, but what happens when it rains, man?
People can wear raincoats. What do you do when it's raining outside? You get up, come in out of the rain? Well, you know, admittedly, it'd be a lot worse on rainy days, but if you got people that had stations where they could leave that and walk, then they'd become more healthy, and they wouldn't be relying at all upon gasoline.
And so I can quit my job.
You know how big Ball State is? We rent Segways at one end of Ball State to the other, and they run them up and down them cow paths they already have established for the students. Oh my God, you could be across campus in 5 minutes.
Do you think we'd make a fortune?
I do.
Renting Segways?
Well, see, right now the commercial cost is somewhere around
Like 3,000.
7. Well,
Right.
you'd have to rent them for $75 for a half hour or an hour.
$50. 25
$25 for a half hour.
hour. They did
Nah, I
to
couldn't
get
go
there
that
and back.
much. And no student could afford that.
Right.
But if you had enough of them, and you could provide a yearly pass for say $100 or $200.
This is what we do. We have X many
Mm-hmm.
on each side of the campus in like
We could
4
sell.
locations.
We can sell swipe cards that have minutes on it, like phone cards. Swipe cards on
Right.
the damn things to run them.
And you got to take them back to the place. Now,
We'll have places, both ends of the campus. Convenient, you know, drop them here, drop them there. And then you walk from there. And then you come back and get it and get on it and go from here to there.
right. Well, I'm thinking like outside most of the major halls, you'd have a bucket of them, like a bin, and it wouldn't matter if it was yours. You'd put it there, come back
They're
out.
all the same.
Get one.
We own them.
Right.
We own all of them.
Put them in the.
They pay
That's a good
for all
idea.
of them.
That's a good idea, Jay.
Just
So-
like the refrigerator rental business where the guys were,
Yeah, but this.
he would rent them a refrigerator for about
Like,
half the cost of
what
what he
I'm
got
saying,
them by
you're
bulk.
down there in the village.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the Segway. You walk to the
In the
Segway
second
place.
year, we'd be able to make a profit, but we'd be able to
Right.
borrow so much against our company that we'd be paying ourselves the first
Right.
year.
They get their Segway. They run it down to the business building.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. They get off and it's charged. And they.
Then you plug it into the wall and you charge it back up, and you know
Right.
it costs 7 cents a day each
Listen.
to run them.
Right. Get one that goes all, or have a few out there at the.
Mm-hmm. And then you think about the
And then
gas you saved from people that had to drive across campus or across town here in Muncie or from here to downtown. And I'm not sure about the legalities of driving them when you're drunk, but they're sure as hell not going to kill anybody going 3 miles an hour. You know what I mean?
Hey, and listen to this.
Imagine being
Listen
able to
to
drive
this.
them.
How about if the
polluted.
guy? How about if the guy could call up
Mm-hmm.
and say, "Hey, this is Mark. I need my Segway,"
Right.
and then like a guy with a golf cart
Delivers it.
would deliver him around. You know what I'm saying?
There's going to be a way that you
It'd
can
come
ride
back
them.
by itself.
You can ride them without a rider on them.
Hmm.
That it'll sit up and imitate like in a chain,
And
like,
then it'd come back.
and you just run 6 or 7 of them around behind you by the network, and then you drop them off at that address like pizzas.
Right.
They go running wherever they need to run on them.
And then you come pick them back up.
Are you kidding me, man? It'd be so common. It'd be like them bicycles that people rent, you know. They used to rent the tandem bikes out at the dorms, right? You'd see them riding them around. It'd be more. It'd be like a recreational thing, like rollerblades,
Yeah.
if we could get it going.
You'd have to have a lot of money to get started. You'd have to have.
Well,
a
it's
couple
only finite price because say you got. Let's say you started with 50 of them machines.
Right. 50 times $8,000.
Right, 8,000, and we'd want to soup them up at another
That's
1,000.
$50,000.
We're gonna have our network going, so we gotta pay for the infrastructure
I think
there.
just renting them out at first would be fine, man. And see how much you'd have
Well,
to
we
charge.
definitely need to tie them in with GPS so nobody could steal it. You know, all of a sudden we see one leaving Muncie
Yeah,
real fast, we'll call the police. You know.
You'd have them insured, man.
Oh yeah, but you can always the
How about-
person that if they drop a credit card or they've got a credit line, then you're covered anyway. That's just the nature of the beast, right? Segway, we'll be rich, man. And imagine doing it for some, like out on the trails where you could drive from here to Marion looking at stuff along the way, provide them with a digital
Are you
camera.
allowed to use Segways on the trail?
I think we could talk them into it. I mean, you know.
They're no faster than a bike, are they?
Mm-mm.
And they're not motorized.
They're 3 to 6 miles an hour.
Now, how about people trying to take them off road and shit like that? And damage?
They go. That's covered under their lease and the insurance you were talking about. But we can also rent the ones off road, the ones with the tougher wheels, the all-terrain tires that dig in and go up and down hills. You can go dirt riding in them.
Bullshit.
Dirt riding a Segway coming over a hill. Woo! Man, I'm gonna Photoshop that next, man. And you take the chip out for the speed chip so it's going 90 miles an hour.
This is what you gotta do. Yeah, Robbie Knievel just
I've
did
never
that.
ridden
Listen,
one.
Robbie Knievel just did that jump on the Segway.
Who did?
Or, no.
Have him doing it. Flying up the ramp.
Go up there and get a picture of him standing there and then make him on the Segway.
Segway. Going across the Grand Canyon or whatever one that was. Oh, yeah. That's going to win some Photoshop thing.
Am I funny?
I think so.
That's what I thought. Now shut the fuck up.
Now shut the fuck up and tell us some shit. Alright, what do you think about Sandy Berger? You know Sandy Berger? He was the...
yes, Clinton administration,
Mhm.
security stuff.
Now who's the same person in the Bush administration?
Okay,
Condoleezza Rice.
National Security Advisor.
That's what he was. Condoleezza Rice's job. You think he sucked Clinton's dick like Condoleezza Rice is sucking Bush's dick? Do you?
Oh, you're funny.
Do you think he lied as much as Condoleezza lied to the people?
I can't wait for 4 more years of Bush, man.
Hey, we wouldn't have a show. We're done. As soon as the election's over and it goes the right way, we can go back to being sane. At least I can. I'm just crazy now. So what do you think of Janet's new hair on Big Brother 3 right there in that pane? You see the back of her head?
Fuck her.
She's
Fuck
got
Big Brother. And
dye.
fuck you, Jay.
Man, this is because this is year 5. You're finally sick of it. And I gotta tell you the truth. This year, watching the live feeds, it's just been bullshit. I mean, the dudes are streaking around. There haven't been any boobies. They're all prudes. Big Brother UK, on the other hand.
That's a typical American, isn't it?
Nah, it's nasty.
Assholes, man.
Right. They go out into the world and they're surprised that people have breasts and stuff and that they find artwork like David standing there naked, but can't show that here. We can't even show Janet Jackson's boob, which I thought was pretty good for an old lady.
Old lady.
Yeah, she obviously had them done. Now, if you didn't think they were going to be exposed, would you put makeup on them? Or is most women just make up their breasts anyway? I mean, you know, women usually only wear makeup down to about here, right? They don't put lipstick on the nipples. I'm saying she's wearing, I've examined the photographs closely. I have detected the presence of makeup on the boobie.
Makeup on the boobie.
And you'd only make up a boobie if it's coming out in public, right? Somebody's getting naked by the end of this song, and boom, titty. They knew that hiring them, didn't they? That's like Ann Coulter working for USA Today. Didn't they know when they hired her what a pathological fucking insane bitch she was? I mean, when you pay for insane bitch and she types up what she does, why won't you publish it? I mean, you knew she was an insane bitch when you hired her. And you're a fucking lawyer. Sue me. I can prove you're a fucking lying bitch. Go ahead.
You can?
No. But I have friends that'll kick in. You know, Bart Cop will save my ass with that.
I wouldn't count on it.
He's got pictures of her doing a fucking clown for free fries. Doing Ronald McDonald for free French fries.
Jay.
Mm-hmm. He's got Mike Savage feeling Barbara Streisand's breast. Going in for it. He's got pictures, man. Larry Flynn will save me. Thank God there's a bastion of truth someplace in America, and it has to be a fucking guy in a wheelchair. Did I hit record? Oh yeah. What time is it? It's not that time.
Time to go.
It's only 12:30.
Not time to go.
Nope.
Fuck, man. What a fucking rainy day, Jay.
Hey. My grass got cut. I'm happy.
Are you?
Oh no.
Are you truly happy?
I'm getting there. think I'm almost done with the grieving process. Now I can let it settle in. I don't have to see Dad and Mom or Rick or Penny for a long time. Maybe Christmas. That was the most family I've had for a long time.
Thanksgiving.
Subconsciously included Mom still, you know. Oh, Thanksgiving's gonna be at Diane's, folks. Those people do better Thanksgivings. What's it about, the holiday Thanksgiving? Ever since I was young, it was about eating.
It's presents and gifts, Jay.
On Thanksgiving?
Oh.
When you get gifts? I might be missing out.
Will you give me something?
Give me
man?
something. I give you the same thing as last year. What movies you want?
So you've been listening to that Roger Klein?
I'll have to be honest, I didn't take it on the trip. I should have taken it with me because we had hours and hours of listening. I had to listen
Was
to
it a
all
long
my own
drive?
album. Oh shit,
Did it
7
suck?
hours. No.
Wasn't bad?
Now the first 3 hours I was sleeping in the back seat. Because I stayed out too late the night before.
I bet Diane was loving that, wasn't she?
Well, she kind of was okay with it. She drives every morning. She got us beyond Columbus, Ohio, and from there it wasn't too bad a drive. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. No, it wasn't nothing like that.
Oh, you wasn't normal?
3 drinks, that was it.
Mm.
You know,
You've had to maintain now that you got
maintain.
almost arrested.
Twice.
It's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm calling it right here.
Are you?
I called it before.
You know, it is time to admit you get a problem and then quit drinking for a while. What good does it do them in the bars if I show up and don't drink, though?
How's the band doing out at the new gig?
Well, they just got done with a week at Indiana Beach,
Oh yeah?
where they do 3 sets in the day and then 5 at night.
Wow, that's a lot.
A lot of sets, yeah.
And
They went over gangbusters, man. They,
Did they?
thought they were great. Other people wanting to hire them, and they'll be back next year if they want to do it.
cool.
And you know, they just played with Duke Tomato one night.
Oh yeah? Cool. How's Jeff doing?
Not with them, I mean, at the same
can
stage.
Jeff stand up and play
Yeah.
the whole gig now?
Yeah, but he's getting skinnier. I mean,
He's eating.
of course,
though,
he's
right?
he's the same size Carney is, if you look at it that way, he isn't that skinny. It's just that he was a big boy, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That's probably not terrible for him.
No. I'm kind of looking forward to passing away myself so I get skinny.
Maybe I will go sing for those guys. My beautiful voice.
You been working it? You want to do some karaoke?
No, man, I don't do karaoke.
What if I got what's his name? And the
Fuck
and the-
karaoke,
and the
fuck you,
peacemakers.
and your karaoke machine.
No, it's fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I like you, fuck you, and the rest of you get the fuck out. Oh yeah, they've been doing that on Big Brother. So, do I have a pick for Big Brother winner? No, it's too early.
Let's rent those segways out. I mean, what's the worst
Mhm.
case that happens? We borrow $500,000.
Well, I think we ought to buy at least 1 or 2 for test vehicles.
No, man. What? That'll
Because if it ain't no fun, I want to know. I've never ridden one. You wouldn't.
Well, I don't think we're necessarily doing it for fun, man.
No, I know we're doing it for profit. It'd have to be serious money. How much did we work out that it'd cost? Because we got to be able to get into this thing for about 50,000 or under.
Well, 50 segways will cost us $50,000, right? No,
Yeah,
no, more than that.
that's
Not-
1,000 each. That'd only be
It'll
8.
be 100,000.
That's
We borrow
only 10.
Listen, we borrow $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
We buy however many we can get. 50. We can't. Get
We might
50.
be able to talk them down to 7,000 or 6,000 each if we buy.
Say 5,000 times 100 segways is 500,000.
That's 20 of them, isn't it?
Right. So we'll.
20
50.
segways is $100,000 if we get them at discount.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, we try and get 20 segways.
Mm-hmm. Which is a good
And
number.
let's
That's
say,
a good number.
let's say we charge random $5 to get from one side of Ball State to the other, and then we got 2 drop-off points
We'd almost have to start it on an hourly.
with 10 each. No, I think you get more per hour, or rent them hourly. We could say, hey, if you want it for,
Mm-hmm.
and take it anywhere for.
$25 an hour. That's what you said up front. You can't get nothing for less than $25.
Let's try $10 an hour.
That's like a pool table, man. How much pool tables cost? Let's just buy 20 pool tables. Put them in a building. They won't be riding around campus. You can look at the pool tables.
Well, let's say a $100,000 loan cost us this.
Mhm.
A $100,000 loan cost what? 800 or 800 a month.
I've never gotten one. Okay, what is that called? That's called annuities? No, what is that?
800 a month. We'll say 900 a month divided by 30 days. 30
used
days
to
per.
have us doing these annuities. What is it?
30 days per month. 900.
Amorphization. That's what we're talking about. What would it What would the loan amorphization be? Right.
$30 a day we would have to make off those 20 to make the payment.
$30 each.
No,
Off
30
each
bucks
one.
a day.
Off of all of them.
Say here, give me a pen.
$30 a day
Here.
to make 800.
Right.
Okay, I'm following that. Here's pen. There's pencil
Right.
too if you want to use that instead.
Get the calculator out.
Hey, I got one on this thing.
Because I think you can get those segways between 3 and 8,000.
Depending, like if you buy 20,
Yeah, or however.
they'd probably have the guy come down and sell them to us personal, you know?
Let's say they're 3,000 a piece. Let's say.
Uh-huh.
And we'll try 50. 0.
That's 150.
$150,000.
Yeah.
So
You couldn't do that in your head?
$150,000 loan is what?
I've never had one.
It's going to be about $900 a month. We'll say $1,000 a month.
See, but the thing is, a used
Yeah.
Segway is still going to be worth around 2,000, 25,000. We won't lose much on them
Right.
because even used, as long as they're running,
Right.
they're worth something.
Right.
So
This might be a good idea, Jay.
it wouldn't be like buying a car and you lose,
Right.
10,000 off the face of it. Did you just sniff that?
Yeah, I like it.
Is it and inhale? I got some paint in the basement.
$900 a month
Mm-hmm.
off of 50 segways. Oh, that should be easily accomplishable. Don't you
Right.
think?
Oh yeah. Oh no. I mean triple and
Right.
it.
Really, our goal would be $1,000.
You rent one a
2,000
day.
Mhm.
Outside of your operational cost, you got it covered.
Right.
And really, the Segway drop-offs could be temporary tents. For all that.
So I'm
You
thinking.
just need a big electrical place to plug
Jay.
in a whole bunch of them.
Right. 220. Break
Mhm.
it out.
Mm-hmm.
I think that.
Distro boxes and what have you. I think we can handle distros. That'd be cheap, right? The 220
Might want to get like a
pigtails
golf cart and a little trailer
to
haul
carry them
in.
around if you need to. But other than that, I think you'd be able to just get
Chain
people to
them
drive
together.
them over there.
Right.
It's like we got too many here.
Can't we
They're
use-
half price now if
Can't-
you're going the other way.
Mm-hmm. That's a great idea. Let's get a little
So
shop down
shit,
there.
man. And then you wouldn't have to work. We could sit out in them tents and look at college students all day as they rent Segways back
That's
and
what
forth.
I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, great. Let's do
Mhm,
it.
mhm.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Finally, something with money in it. And we get the network going.
Ah,
And the
fuck the network.
GPS. I'm
Right.
serious about that part. Because you'll be able to find them all. You
Well,
can tell where
once-
every one of them is.
We
on the
may
network.
do our research and stuff with this one. And
And
then
then imagine setting up one at like a big museum,
Well, can you
or in
imagine-
Boston doing the
just
Freedom
sell 'em
Trail.
for anybody, even just the software for it. But they'll
Mhm.
probably they got to be working on that already.
Where do you think I got the fucking idea from? There is a place that has it with GPS and telling them on the network, beaming them back, you know. Diane was telling me about seeing it. And I added the network part, where you network them and it tells by the GPS locator
I
the
mean-
information, like at the Air Force Museum in Ohio. You know, if you could ride these segways through that thing, you would see all of it in one day.
In theory, these people should be able to take those into the
They have the headphone things, and you just have wireless headphones with them,
Yeah.
and you wear the headphones, and it tells you all about where you are and what's happening.
take them into the dorm even.
Drive them right into the dorm, rent them by the week at a certain price.
Right.
You know, plug them in yourself in the dorm,
Right.
and you can take them up the elevators, the handicapped elevators, right? Or they call them, they don't call them that handicapped.
They would have problems with that though.
Why? You wouldn't want to leave it outside. Just run it down the hallway. It'd take the load. I'd be so happening. And it'd be for like people that are just slightly handicapped, you know.
And just think if you had one, if you bought one and it cost you $3,000 a year,
Mm-hmm.
and you'd have it paid off in a year.
You'd probably pay them off in a year
You
and
could
your
rent
loan
it,
off.
You
in a
could
year.
rent it for $30 a month almost and still come out good.
People pay like $300 to $500 for their car. You know, there's no way we couldn't get $150 a
Right.
month
Right.
out of each.
Right. And that would be discounted rates if they wanted
But
to
I mean,
pick one up.
if
for
we
you.
was just doing it by the hour, like at the beginning, and we're charging 25,
Right.
$30 an hour, that pays for that month right there, you know.
I don't think people pay $25 an hour. But I think we can get easily 10 to 15. And $10 an hour.
Easily. I
10
mean, more
bucks
than
an
that.
hour. If you kept it going for say 5 hours
Well, we
a day.
want to make money. We
Right.
want to make us 100,000
That's
the
300
first year we work.
Listen, if you have one that
You're
rented out,
not going to be happy working for only 50,000, are you?
if you had one that you rented out for 5 hours
Mhm.
at $10 an hour, that's
And then the government's going to want their money.
$50, right?
You know what I mean?
$50 a day.
Yeah.
So that's we'll say times 5. That's $250 a week. You could easily pay for a Segway and rent it out
But
for
are you
$10
going to be
an
happy
hour.
working for $250 a week? I'm thinking we need to be making.
Well, no. Once you have like
We got to be making $1,000 a piece a week from the get-go. That's what I'm saying. That's that kind of profits in it. If you leave the price, don't monkey with the prices.
yeah, I mean to fully sustain both of us.
Does anybody else got segways in this little podunk town?
No.
Isn't there anywhere really in Muncie you
But-
couldn't reach by Segway? It's all flat on existing roads, you know? Make them draw a little line beside the road and put up no parking signs.
That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I think it could. If we got 50 Segways running around town, I think it could.
Then people just start buying them once they want the structure.
From us, used. Yeah. They'd be buying, we'd be the distributor. Yeah, we got 50 of them sitting here in his models for sale. And we'll sell them for 8,000.
You got to
pick
think
up
that
the
they wouldn't
3,000
be
each.
any good in the winter months.
On
Which is
ice?
bad.
On ice, I bet they'd be a fucking thrill. I bet you going out on ponds on them might be cool.
No, can't do it.
Put snow chains on them.
Got to have something that you can run all the time. Have a because those downtimes would be bad. That's where you'd have to. That's why you'd have to have them for 25 or 50.
You'd set
an
them
hour.
up inside and have people playing Segway basketball. You know, it'd be pretty cool.
Segway basketball.
Get courts of 20 people out there on Segways.
Mm-hmm.
Have running 2 courts all the time.
Do you think that's a little dangerous, Jay?
It'd be funny. It'd be dribbling down. I can see it happening though. That ain't good, huh? Too much snow? Well, you just gotta move to a different city.
Yeah.
The right city, the right place, that would be the business to have, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, nobody, you don't see them opening up shops.
And even in New York City, man, to rent those things out.
They're incredible prices.
Right.
And in New York, you could do it. It's an island. You can go all the way up and down that island on segways. Faster than the log jam traffic. Not get tired? But I would like to ride one once. I had a chance, but you know how much they wanted? $35 for a half hour. And there was only 2.
They only had 2?
Yeah.
$35 a half hour.
Man, that's cheaper than cars too. I mean,
Were they keeping them rented out?
oh yeah, they were staying busy. They were. You could have walked up and gotten on it. There wasn't a huge line at that price. You know, they quickly went through the people wanting to do it. I wanted to do it, but hell, that's too much money. When the president fell off of his,
You can't fall off of them.
no. See, the guy that owns the company said that he had to have it turned off. There's like a little smiley face that's on it when it's on, ready to go. He must not have looked down at the little LCD thing at the screen. They already got a screen on them. I think we could put audio, run, you know, you could have a tunes channel going all the time.
Shit.
I mean, they'd be cool.
I'll think it over, man. It's a good idea.
Built-in cell phone.
Whatever.
We'll charge them for cell phone calls. You can take your calls as you're riding a Segway across campus. Think it might work?
Well, you know, any place that you can rent mopeds, you could probably rent Segways, and even more places you can rent Segways. So yeah, I think it's definitely
Like Atlantic Beach, like if you was along the boardwalk there and all them casinos, you could do the boardwalk, one end of the boardwalk to the other on Segway.
Las Vegas, any of those
Las
places.
Vegas, just the whole strip, and then, you know, not go downtown.
Right.
Have you been watching the casino? Have you seen that show?
Yeah.
Like it?
It's okay.
Another reality show,
Yeah.
but this is about rich boys. Those guys running the casino, they seem a little spoiled, don't they? Ate all of them.
Damn.
Yeah, today was brought by Altoids.
Jay, have fun.
Alright, there's our ad.
Bye.
We'll see you, man. Now we can do the Big Brother report. Okay, they're all up. They're in the HOH and they're talking.
I trust that you know and that you know what I'm doing. But you just fucking do it. I gotta tell you, like, it almost makes me want to keep Scott around because Scott and Jace together are gonna go after her like vultures. Like fucking flaming mean ass vultures.
No, Karen, but you realize that if you keep Scott around, she's going to tell him that she's the reason.
Yeah, but she's already gonna tell Marvin she's the reason too.
Well,
So
let her.
we
He
can't
knows that
really
she's
win.
lying.
I know. Marvin knows that. Either way, I don't care. As far as I know, nothing has changed. My vote's not changing.
I'm voting Scott out.
Yeah, we gotta break that.
You
Good.
did, I did. She better.
They better vote Scott
I
out.
swear to God, I'll be so fucking mad.
I think she will.
What kind of language? You kiss your mom with
I
that
could've
mouth?
gone either way, and I'm staying diehard because of the thing. You know what I mean?
Because I'm going to tell you what, she's going to have double trouble doing that. Because if she votes Marvin out, if I get HOH, honey, Jace is the least of my concerns at that point.
Honestly, she's worse because she's around us all the time. She wouldn't leave my side in the kitchen, and now all of a sudden, you know, she's like, no.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Like the first week, couple weeks, like the second, third, fourth week, she'd never talk about anything. Like we would all sit around and talk about the game and strategy, but you would never hear her talking about anything. Maybe I'm just paranoid and jumping to conclusions.
No, but Diane, do you realize, have you ever noticed how many times that we've been talking about stuff and she's like, Well, Diane, make sure that they know that this is just you because, I mean,
It's your decision. I'm not gonna tell you what.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
And I'm not
Don't blame
gonna-
me.
I'm not, don't blame me.
Don't blame me.
That is all.
That's a coward.
I'm not going down for this.
I can't believe I trusted her.
If everybody's gonna say something, don't incorporate me.
Because of her now. All her ass is we have to win HOH because of her.
Let it fuel your fire, guys.
And you know what? We should stick to Nick's plan. Put her up as the one, and then the other, or whatever, and then the veto, then she stays on block. You know what I mean? She stays. She's worse.
They're getting rid of A, but they don't know the secret.
With us.
Well, that was a little glimpse of the plotting day by day. Hey,